Institute of Engineering and Technology, Department of Instrumentation and Control. Our subject is Industrial Data Communication and Distributed Control System. Chapter 3, Software Configuration. In today's session, I will discuss about process control programming. So what is process control programming? The purpose of computer programming is to individual function carried out by a particular computer system. Okay, so this is known as process control programming. Types of process control programming. There are three types of process control programming. First, the operating system or executive programming. In software, we have discussed about operating system. Then number 2, the application program. And number 3, the system support software. So let's see first executive program. The executive program consists of all the programs that supervise the overall operation of the computer system. Okay, so executive, that means supervise the overall operation of the computer system. So executive program, that means all the programs that supervise the overall operation of the computer system. So the functions it performs as follow. First, the scheduling and actually starting the execution of the application program. Means first we have to make scheduling, right, for starting the execution of the application program. Then number 2, operating all hardware of the system. For example, allocating main memory to specific function, loading program into main memory from external bulk memory, etc. Right? So here we have to find out features for memory and where we upload our program, right? So here we have to know about hardware, operating all hardware. Then number 3, supervising input-output operation. And number 4, servicing the priority interrupt system. Okay, so in number 3, supervising about input and output operations, and in number 4, servicing the priority interrupt system. Okay, so here we are understanding about priority interrupt system. Then number 5, loading analog and digital input into memory. And last number 6, controlling output to the plant actuators. Next, application program. Application programs handle all of the specialized functions required for that particular installation. These functions may include first, conversion of plant input data to engineering unit, right? So here for application program, some conversion of plant input data to engineering unit, right? So this function may be including application program. Then number 2, scheduling, optimization and control correction computation. And number 3, operators console, logging and other operator and the management presentation. So here some function include in application program. Then even though application program are individual for each installation, can be changed in pre-written program. In application program, in every plant, application according program can be change. Okay, so in application program we can change in pre-written program. Then next, the system support software. The system support software items are those programs that help the user to prepare the application program. So in system support software, all items and the programs that help user to prepare the application program, they include the followings. First, so in system support software, assemblers and compilers that convert program written in a specific assembly language or a higher level language such as Fortran into the machine language of the computer. So here system support software can help our higher language we are converting into the machine language. So here we have taken one example, Fortran, that is a high level language, and we are converting into machine language. Number 2, editors, linking loaders and similar packages that allow segments of program written separately to be incorporated into one program in the computer. Okay, so here we can edit that linking loaders, right? So we can operate in one computer. Then number 3, programs that help debug application programs. These programs may not be carried out in the computer's memory at all times, but may be entered when needed from external storage, disk or tab. So here we can't store all program in one computer, right? So we have to store our program in disk or our drive. Next is features of process control programming. So in process control program, some features are discussed here. So here you can see in diagram operators interface in these 4 blocks, right? First is pertinent plant steady state mode, then optimization route, pertinent plant dynamic process, and then plant control computation including direct digital control algorithms. So operators interface, we are sending data in this 4 block, then from this 4 block data sent to the tablet, input module sent to the data through tablet. Okay, and in another side you can see plant control computation to data sent to the tablet, send to the data output interface and backup, and then data sent to the actuator. Okay, so here you can see features of process control programs. The next is the executive program. How to execute program? So the executive program apportions computed time to tasks that must be carried out by the computer according to their relative urgency. So here our program execute, right? How much delay we have added in our program, right? Then after our program will be executed. So here you can see in this graph we have taken time on x-axis and on y-axis our how to execute our program. So here you can see response critical event occurring online must be taken care of at once, resulting in priority task execution. Okay, so here you can see priority based our program has been executed. When no such urgency exists, The executive program assign time to background operation. Means in diagram you can see this line indicates that no urgency exists. The executive program assign time to the background operation. The executive software function is basically a time sharing one. So next, the executive software function is basically time sharing one. Means when our program is executed, okay, so we know that we have installed software in our computer and we have done programming in this software, right? So executive software function is basically a time sharing one. It resolves process situation, conflict switching computing facilities, back and forth between critical and non-critical demand. So here we can resolve process situation, right? According to the requirement, critical or non-critical situation. Figure is a schematic presentation of this time sharing function. Okay, so here you can see 1, 2, 3, right? These are time sharing functions in which available computer time is allocated among events of varying priority. Okay, so during program execution, priority can be changed according to the emergency. Pre-established priority rules are used to determine which situation is attended to at any point in time. As process situations are resolved, computer time is returned to non-critical operation. So here in this point we have to pre-establish priority rule. So we can determine which situation is attended. And at last we have discussed a process situation are resolved, computer time is returned to non-critical operation. The principal program contained in the executive software are the interrupt processor, task scheduler and error control. Okay, so we are discussing in next block diagram about task scheduler, about interrupt processor and error control. Thank you for watching video. If you have any query in this session, then you can ask me.